Ushi fans. What is Okafor's law?
Once Debe, always Debe.
Okafor's law is a lie.
An ex is someone that has expired in your life. Do not contact him, no matter what.
An ex, ideally, should just remain in the past.
This is the most interesting show to make landfall on television, with the three most interesting men who are capable of holding on to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Men's Corner. Rain, death, and taxes might have been the three biggest phenomena of the last century, but in this one, there's a fourth being added to it, the ex. The person whom you've gone full circle of emotional contentment with, from being infatuated by, being in love with, to essentially thinking of like furniture. Reminds me a lot about marriage. Today on Men's Corner, we're going to be talking about the ex. What should you do with them? Should you have them? Should you even acknowledge that these things exist? I've got two experts on the panel with me today, and it promises to be one of those shows that you're going to love us for having done and hate us for having done.
Did you call them things?
Exactly.
One of those things. I'm talking about the topic.
You
know what?
Human beings.
I didn't call a human. This is Men's Corner. That's Mazino. This is Ebukar.
That's Mazi.
That's Mazi.
No.
That's Mazi, henceforth.
Please, no.
And here we get started. We'll be right back after the break.
Who is an ex to me?
Someone whose contractual relationship with you has ended.
Everybody that you properly asked to be your girlfriend and engage in a relationship for more than a month is an ex.
You know when they say water went under the bridge? Yeah. Somebody who was there and is no longer there. Ex.
What do I think the place or position of an ex in my life is?
As far away from your current as possible. That's where your ex should be, very far away.
Just there, just put the ex there. You know, it's not too close, but it's not too far.
An ex, ideally, should just remain in the past, but it never really happens like that if we're trying to be honest. Never really happens like that.
You can be friends from afar. Once in a while, you guys chat. Maybe if you need to knock, once in a while, you can call them again, you know, for old time's sake. But yeah, it shouldn't be anything serious. It's in the past. Let it be in the past.
Most of my exes are kind of like my closest friends, which is a bit weird.
Before we were dating with friends, right? So yes, we can be friends now, especially during the rainy days. And I mean the very rainy days.
I can think off the top of my head like 3 of my exes that were still very, 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 very cool. Very cool. Yeah, can be friends with my ex. Of course, there's always the danger of Okafor's law occurring. And who's to say we're not looking forward to that happening?
Ushi fans. What is Okafor's law? The law of returns.
I'm not a very mathematics kind of guy, but it's simple. If you've been there, you can still be there again.
Once Debe, always Debe. The thing that was cooked in your kitchen for the house pets will forever lure the house pet home, no matter how far it goes.
Okafor's law is a lie. You know, I believed this for a while, and then it failed me. It's a law.
I subscribe to Okafor's law. I even know the formula. It's just like Einstein's theory of relativity and all that. E is equal to mc squared. It's just, that's Okafor's law. But you see, Okafor's law is also equal to Newton's law. To every action, equal and opposite reaction. The power you use to break up is equal to the power she will use to come back. The power used to send woman away is equal to the force she will use to come back. So any woman that has felt your gravitational pull, your mass due to acceleration, no matter the repelling force, can always be attracted back. So yes, I believe in Okafor's law.
It's a daily rule. It's not even a circumstantial rule. It's an everyday rule. You're a staff of a place. You can always park in the car park. What's wrong with you?
Welcome back to Men's Corner. I'm Andre Blaze, and Mazino has a very interesting story to tell us about the one time when his ex got him into trouble. Take it away, Maz.
We didn't discuss this before. I don't understand what story.
You said you wanted to say something.
Well,
so you
yeah.
had something burning.
Well, which
there was a burning topic.
Which of the stories do you want to hear? Because
wait, how many exes have you?
How many exes, is a man permitted to have?
Oh wow! You didn't just land there, right?
Because I know you've done.
Shut up!
Listen,
shut up!
This season I'm not deflecting. I'm saying it like it is. Trust me.
Bring it by all means. Yes.
You know, I've already gotten into all the trouble I needed to get into.
Wait, you got into trouble?
For
On
last
account of the
season.
show?
Trust me, yeah.
Can I say something? Just for those who are watching.
Oh, no.
Last season, Mazi was not wearing his wedding ring.
I was!
They have told him, you must wear it.
Let me see you without that ring.
All those exes that were calling,
You will tell me.
tell them that you're married. So
No.
the ring had to make a comeback.
On a few shows, I forgot to wear it.
How convenient.
And yes, the subject of the X crept in there and everything, you know, so I ought to be careful, but I won't be careful. I'm going to say like, you know, like it's supposed to be.
This is going to be regretful
Yeah.
later. Okay.
The question you asked, how many X's is a man or X's,
How about, what's an ex? Because I know
Oh, let's define that first, yeah.
Someone said anybody
said-
you've dated over a month.
How is that a
ex.
criteria?
I don't know. So what, I don't know.
You know, there's those
If you have a friend with
relationships.
benefit who you've
Been
had
with
sex
for
with,
over a month.
You almost said
months.
it.
Yeah.
you have the F coming.
You're dating, actually.
So that's your girlfriend.
Yeah, you're dating. I mean, you can't be together for so long and not have, not
there's no-
qualify it as a relationship.
No,
it is a
I
relationship.
think that's total rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. I can be with someone for a year and we're not dating.
So, well, you're having an affair, so that's
I'm not
a
having an affair. I'm
relationship.
not married. That's a different story.
No, you don't have to
What
be
the
married
hell?
to have an affair.
Look at this guy.
I mean, having an
Throwing
affair,
words from his world at me.
having an affair means you're not married to the
I don't know.
person.
Did something happen over the break?
Yeah, did something happen to you, Maz? Because all of a sudden you're being very, very defensive.
No, I'm not. And you guys won't do that today. No, you won't.
So what do you think an ex is? You
ex
think
is-
that's a valid definition?
Yes, I actually do think, because if you spend time with somebody, then that means you guys are in a relationship, whether you're married to the person or not, whether you're dating somebody or the person
No,
is a side chick.
what it means is that you guys have a relationship. It doesn't mean you're in a relationship. There's a difference. I can have a relationship with this person, but I'm not in a relationship with the person.
It complicates
We
things.
talked about friends with benefits last season, and I think
Yeah.
it's something we define clearly where you can actually isn't emotion supposed to be involved
No.
when you call being in a relationship with someone? Because I want to believe that if there's no emotional connection or discussion or agreement, then maybe it's just not that.
You
much
would
of
be
a
surprised
relationship.
how few women understand that.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
You'll be
Once that
surprised
is
how
done,
few women on earth understand that.
so once that is done, she's not qualified as an ex. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, so you're out of town for 3 months, right? And you've got this thing, you're
A holiday
single,
fling.
you got a holiday fling. So you guys meet at the place, wherever, and you get at it for 3 months. Is that a relationship? Are you dating her?
Yes, it is. If you ask
So
me,
how many exes?
How many
do you
exes
have?
do you have then? Yeah.
baby, you know I love
Does she
you.
know the number? Before you say it, does she know the number?
Here's where the show gets good.
I worked on radio and I worked in Abuja,
How
so
many
you can
exes is
imagine.
your wife aware of?
Yeah. Man.
3,
How many have you had?
How many have you had?
about more than 7.
How long has your wife not known about this seven? Because I don't.
You guys
I
are
don't know
doing
if
it
I can be
again.
visiting your house anytime soon.
You're putting me on the spot.
Oh wow.
But I'm sure the
Are you
discussion
serious?
extends further than me and my personal life, guys. Take it
No, but
away.
your personal life is definitely the best part of this show
I
so
know.
far.
I make the show, don't I?
So those 7 exes now, are you in touch with all of them? Are you friendly
Funny
with them?
thing is, I'm great friends with my exes.
What about you, Andre?
And this is a problem.
My exes? Until recently, I was really good friends with most of my exes.
Last week, did he tell you the story?
Shut up!
Can I tell him the story?
There is a story.
Please let me tell him the
Nobody
story.
say the story.
That's what I'm laughing because it's like,
Nobody say there's a second part to that story, and I will not tell
he
either
looks
of you.
straight into the camera.
If you don't shut
Until
up,
recently.
I will not tell you the second part of the story.
Whoever you are out there, significant other,
What
there
happened?
is
What
a
happened?
story.
You can share with us.
Look,
What
so I'm just going to leave one pearl of wisdom here, right? So I have an ex whom I had one of the worst relationships with, and now we're great friends. Great friends. Like, she's an excellent person, and I really, 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 really appreciate her. But notwithstanding, young men out there, when you break up with a woman,
Break up all the way.
break up and run. Run.
I think it's time for a break. I think you need a break.
Run. Like, go in the opposite direction really, really fast, and don't stop until you think your heart is going to explode. And then don't stop. We're going to go for, you know what?
Let's hear from the ladies.
The ladies are going to talk now.
me, an ex is someone that has expired in your life. So really the person is of the past and really should not return.
An ex is somebody that you should no longer be talking to.
But then again, nowadays, exes somehow find a way to come back. So, but ideally they've expired.
Ex, no, zero, no more, end, ex, former, you see, ex.
The place or position of an ex in my mind's life is nowhere. In my man's life, an ex is there, but my man is here. Do not, I repeat, don't care whether your social security number is attached to each other. Do not contact him, no matter what. You had your time, you had your chance, you blew it. You had your chance, you blew it. Out of sight, out of mind. You are there, my man is here. You're an ex, you're forgotten. But I'm friends with a couple of my exes, so I don't know. I have only 2 exes and I'm friends with both of them, so. But women are very crafty, I don't trust them. So if you're an ex of my guy, stay there while we stay here.
If he works in the same place as his ex,
that's a different issue. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're working in like Shell or something, hey, you're not gonna resign, we need the money. But if it's your business that you own, I would say try and find a way. But if you're working in the same place, there's nothing you can do now.
Well, it's work, so I guess there's nothing that you can really do about it.
You see each other in the office, hello, hi, walk past. Hello, hi, walk past. You know, no need to sit and have chit-chats randomly.
If she owns the business, then he should quit. Yeah, but if he owns the business, then, you know, yeah, she can stay. Then I'll show up in his office wearing just like a trench coat and then drop it on her desk when I'm going to his office so that she feels so bad about it, yeah.
Okafor's law. Well,
unfortunately, it's quite true, you know?
I don't really believe in Okafor's law because you've punched me before, doesn't mean you can come back and like, really, nigga, bye. I feel like when you have feelings for a person, it never really goes away. So whether it's debel or it's outer feelings, whether it's inner feelings or outer feelings, I don't think you can ever really get over your feelings for a person. Situations in my life have changed. I've gotten better in bed. You can't experience it anymore. A new guy has come to claim the territory. It's a bye-bye. You had your chance. That's it.
It's like when you say it's not really cheating when it's with an ex, I feel like it's kind of true.
There's times where you're like, you know what, I feel like, and I know the person that can do this. I know the person that can make it happen. So it's a bit of a tricky one. But if I was in a relationship, then that's a no. Get it?
You can always really refer to things that you know, places that you've been as throwback. So it's throwback, that's what it is. It's not cheating, it's throwback.
Men's Corner, where things are said that will be forever regretted, especially by Mazino. So, there is a popular law that every guy knows. There are variant ways to say it, but we're not going to go into
Say no more!
Right.
Okafor's law, isn't it?
Okafor's law?
Yes.
All right.
For the non-Nigerians who are watching.
Yes.
Murphy's
we're going
law?
to try and explain Okafor's law. Mazino?
Okafor's law states that once day there, always day there, or once day bear, ever day bear, or you can always reenact something.
Can you just put it blatantly?
Yeah, just
anybody
like,
you slept
like,
with can be slept with again.
That's it. Like, that was such an easy way to say it. Mazino, you're terrible.
I like to get
Why are you
technical.
telling Debe? People in Kenya, they are, what is Debe?
I'm sure they have their own, you know, like
Probably
way
not
they
the same
say
words.
it.
Anyway, so the Okafor's law principle is, if you've been there once, you can be there again.
Yeah.
Which, of course, does a great deal of damage to the idea of free will. But how true is it?
I don't think it's always true.
Careful now.
I don't think it's always true.
Okay.
I think it's something that a lot of guys like to believe. Don't chop, I'll go chop him again now. It's possible most times, especially with an ex. If the sex was great, if there were emotions still attached when you guys broke up and all of that.
Not always,
Or
not
at the
always,
right
not always
moment,
amazing, but yes.
I mean, it could be like 2 years down the line, oh, what are you doing? Let's go for drinks, and something happens again. But I don't think it's always
those
true.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think it's always true.
Regrettable.
There are
30
people who actually
seconds.
do move on.
Have you moved on?
So
Jesus Christ.
here's a personal question. How many people do you have any exes that haven't tried to come back?
Who haven't tried.
Haven't?
Yeah.
Never tried?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because they didn't try or you didn't let them try? Or wait, did they try and they found you blocked, or they just never ever tried?
Maybe I didn't get to the point where I would have let them try. Because most times when I break up, I'm friendly with most of my exes. I'm in touch with a couple of them. Not so often, but I mean, I know we're in Lagos, we see in events and all of that.
Unfortunately.
But I don't know that I've ever really let the door open. Like most times once I'm done, I kind of move on.
Down.
So I don't know. But there's been one or two who have come back and said, can we?
So you're not in constant communication with your ex?
That was a very awkward conversation.
Have you had, really?
Yeah. Because I was in a relationship at that time. Like,
have you had the stalker ex though?
Stalk, the one that wants to?
Yeah, no, the one who decides, you know what, I know where you live.
Oh.
And I have made you dinner
That's the
once.
story.
You will be mine.
That's the story.
It happened to you?
Yeah.
You had a stalker ex?
Yeah, it took like 10 years. I'm not kidding. Yes, I'm not that young, people. I'm not. Anyway.
Nobody thought you were.
I'm not sure who you're speaking to. Most of us.
But yeah, I mean, she was like the first girl who ever told me that she had a crush on me, which is fine. You know, you like it, you drive to Unilag against all odds and everything. You guys have a nice time, and then you go home and you think to yourself, I have a girlfriend. But when the time comes for it all to end, it just doesn't end.
Wait, for it all to end?
Yes, the relationship.
How do we go from this beautiful montage of love to
I do stuff
end?
like that. I do stuff like that. But
so what did she do?
Oh, she stalked me so bad over the course of the next 10 years that eventually I had to date her best friend.
Why?
To try and get her off my back.
Mazzino, I think you just dated her best friend. I don't think
no,
you had very
no.
much to do with her.
No, I'm sorry.
I really don't. I don't feel like this is.
And I'm apologizing to her current, both of them are now exes, but I'm apologizing.
He's in even worse trouble than in the first
She knows the
season.
story.
He doesn't even get
Jay, you know the story, so it's not new to you. So don't punish me when I get home.
How close are you allowed to be to your ex?
Well, personally, I have a personal thing about that.
You know how I feel about that, so I'll let you guys feel it.
Because I just thought for some reason now about what's his name now, Bruce Willis, when Ashton Kutcher was married to Demi Moore, and how they used to go on all of these vacations with Bruce Willis.
You know, I'm one of those Nigerian guys.
That's like the weirdest thing.
I'm one of those Nigerian guys that.
I don't think that was meant to be understood.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
So would you go on a vacation with your wife's ex-boyfriend?
If my wife is there, why not?
You would go.
Wait, hang on a second. Wait. Are you not talking about my ex now, are you?
Of course your wife is there.
No. Wait. Yeah, I got that wrong. I should have let you land. But
I'm tired.
I would go on a relationship. Sorry. I would go on a vacation. Guys, don't do this. Not now.
Mazzi, let me correct you. Calm down.
I will go on a vacation.
Would you go on a vacation with your wife and her ex-boyfriend?
This is such a beautiful day.
If we were friends and if we were cool, why not?
Interesting.
See, listen, because you were my wife's ex doesn't mean that you're an anathema, you're somebody that I shouldn't talk to, you're evil. And I expect the same thing.
If on that vacation at some point, she's like, oh, I'm going on to breakfast with David.
No.
And you're like, I'm hungry.
No, sorry.
So why
you must always be there.
Why
that means you don't trust her enough,
so
why go on vacation anyway?
No, I just don't want him thinking thoughts.
It's breakfast.
No, it's breakfast.
He shouldn't be thinking
not
thoughts, that's all I
nightclub.
care.
You know what? Let's lay another topic on, right? Your ex's wedding. Should you go?
I would go.
This guy.
I'm different. I'm sorry.
Clearly.
But I would go.
But the ex we're talking about, who you're very close to, wouldn't you go to her?
Yeah, exactly.
I go. I don't know if I would. I think I would want to go, but I will most likely just send a present or something. I don't think I would.
Why?
It would. First and foremost, let's get one thing out of the way. It's not the fact that this is your ex that's the problem, it's what you remember. And I have a really photographic memory. I don't want to be sitting there in the back row at the wedding and looking at her in her white dress.
And see no dress.
Seeing no dress.
Seeing booty.
You know?
Pretty much.
That's disrespectful to him and to her.
So you wouldn't go?
So I wouldn't.
So you think you wouldn't
go.
wish her well?
Are you kidding? I would be the greatest supporter of her happiness.
You know, both
I would
picturing her
I would
naked,
pay for the wedding if I could.
Do you know how many people go to weddings and picture everybody naked?
See,
I don't think that should be.
I think that is probably just Mazzino.
This is why I hated you last season, because each time you opened your mouth, my wife said, see what she's saying. Don't do that. don't do that. Because you're somebody's ex or because somebody's your ex doesn't dehumanize them. They're still humans.
I don't
and
think
they have great qualities.
This is not about them. It's about me and my
Yes, you
problems.
objectify people, and I understand that.
Wow.
So you don't want to go to people's weddings because you're scared of seeing them naked. I know, thank you.
Wow. I objectify people.
Yes, you do. I mean, because all you can see, even with the white dress, is that she's naked. That's not it. People have great quality. Don't try to come back. Don't try to tally up.
This is from the guy who has 7 ex-girlfriends and his wife only knew about 3. Get the hell out of here.
No sales made. No sales made.
But to be honest, though, I mean,
are you serious? That's not objectifying someone. I found this person attractive enough to date them for 6 years.
And on her wedding day, all you can think about is her naked. Come on.
At some point, I will. I have a rather active imagination, genius.
Thank you very much for calling me genius. I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, touche. Oh my God. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in a rare occurrence where
it's going to happen often.
Come back.
It's going to happen really often.
Show. However, if you are out there and you have a spare couch in your living room, please reach out to Mazzino. He will be needing it when his wife watches this episode.
Don't keep a relationship with the females that you know have a kryptonite. Don't do it. Like, it's the worst thing you can do in your entire life, especially if you want any other successful relationship.
Never take up back if things were really, really nasty the way it ended. Never work in the same place with her if it ended really nasty as well.
Do not be her best friend. Because people say, oh, we're now best friends. You're not best friends. Let your best friend be Muslim, a man who has the same organs as you. Your ex is not your best friend.
Never, ever, ever take your current girlfriend to places you went with your ex, unless the barman who knows you very well calls her your ex's name because you guys were there so frequently.
Delete her numbers from your phone, except she's the one who led you to Christ. Then you can leave her there.